What is up, guys? It's Coach Danielle Collette here, and you're listening to Confessions of a Fitness Coach. Thank you so much for tuning in today. So, on today's episode, we are talking about shin splints and some tips to recover from that pesky injury. So, stay tuned, it is up next. Hey guys, I hope you're having an awesome freaking day. So, I've taken a 2-week break from podcasting. I actually just got married on June 7th in Kauai, which is one of the less populated Hawaiian islands. Only about 10% of the island is inhabited, which is pretty freaking cool. It was pretty much like a little playground for us. It's a really magical place to be in Hawaii. We had a great time hiking up the beautiful mountain greeneries and the Nepali coast and Waimea Canyon. We even hiked to a waterfall that was seen in Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is what it's called. So it was really, really cool. We even swam in the waterfalls and jumped from jump rope swings. And we were really, really active on this vacation. And it really helped me reset, refresh my mind. And we got married. It was really epic. We got great rainbows for the pictures that we took. And it was much needed vacation. Also, we're just so happy that we're back home now. Back to reality, and back to podcasting and helping everybody. This is just really what I love to do. Now we're married and we're working towards our goals together as husband and wife. It's great. And I'm back in full force and just ready to crush the rest of this year. So let's get into this episode and start by talking shin splints. You might have felt that pain in front of your lower leg, under your knee, or sometimes behind or on the side of your lower leg. Feels like someone just kicked the shit out of you with a steel-toed boot right in the shin, and every step you make is just shooting pain in your lower leg, or maybe when you go to run, it really, really hurts. Most people just try to push through it, and that's really not the right thing to do. So let's discuss kind of what bones or shin splints are. So most shin splints are bone related and not always muscle related. It's also known as the medial tibia stress syndrome. So lots of different factors take place when you feel this pain. It could be anything from your bone actually swelling and becoming irritated and causing that tightness and sharp pain in the shins. And if it's irritated long enough, it can become like a stress fracture in the bone as well. So really recovering from this, whether it is a minor injury or major, is so very important. The number one most important information piece that I can give you is if it is constant and you are really, really in pain, go see a doctor. Make sure everything is okay before you keep putting more stress on that bone or on the muscle. Also, this can just be muscle related. Less likely in that case, but sometimes the muscle is just tight and the fascia builds up along the muscle and around the muscle, and it just really needs to be rubbed or stretched. So if this is something you are currently dealing with or you have dealt with in the past, here are some tips to get you through it. All right, so let's get into these tips. I got 10 of them for you. Number one, like I said, if it is serious, see a doctor. Do not keep putting stress on your bone. If your body is telling you to stop, I'm in pain, listen to your body. Okay, just listen to it. Number two, foam rollers. They are so amazing. And I recommend this for your entire body, not just the shins. You could roll out your legs, your back, your arms. But a really good one that you could do for the shins in particular is if you get on the ground on your knees and you put the foam roller kind of starting right underneath the knee and roll yourself down toward the ankle, back up towards the knee, really getting into those shins. And you can kind of control how much pressure you're putting on it by lifting your body weight and using your hands either planted in front of you or behind you on the ground, and just roll it back and forth for a good 2 to 5 minutes. Give yourself breaks if needed as well. If it's really, really hurting, take a breather and get back to it. So foam roller is a really, really great way to get some of that fascia and rub some of that fascia away from the muscles and take away some of that inflammation. So let's get into number 3. It's going to be take an anti-inflammatory medicine or maybe add something more into your nutrition intake. Sometimes the bone is really inflamed and you need to give it a rest day or a few days to recover. Something you can take, like ibuprofen or Aleve, will really help bring the inflammation down. Really make sure you drink and a lot of water. Stay away from greasy or sugary foods and drinks. That's really gonna not help you improve your situation. You need to really focus on nutrition intake and stuff that's going to help bring that inflammation down and fuel your body in the right ways that it needs to recover. So, number 4, we're going to get into, which is new shoes. If you have had the same shoes for freaking ever, it is time to get you a new pair. If you are someone who runs often or just starts wanting to plan to run more often, having the proper footwear is key. Whether you need arch support or you don't, whether you walk using one side of your foot more than the other, so many things can take place and affect your quality of your run. They have so many shoe stores, like there's a store in Florida here called Fit to Run. I'm sure they have it in many more states, and they can monitor your stride, see how you're landing on your feet, and then also help you help find you a shoe that better supports the way that you run, the way that your shoe or your foot is shaped. So check out that type of a store, see if there's one near you, Google it, figure it out. It is so important to have a good running shoe. And, don't just start running in your cute pair of Chuck Taylors because you like how it matches your tank top or your t-shirt. Wear something proper for your feet, and your body will thank you now, and your body will thank you later. So proper footwear. So tip number 5 is going to be give yourself recovery time. If you still want to go to the gym and work out, do not push through that pain on a treadmill or an outside run. If you are truly in pain, try a stationary bike or an elliptical instead. Try not to do any exercises that load the legs. It can cause more stress on the shin and can cause it to inflame a little bit more. It can cause a stress fracture in the bone. You do not want any of that, because if you do, it's going to put you out for even longer. And the more you're out, the longer it's going to take you to hit those freaking goals. So really give yourself the recovery time. I know it sucks if you're a person who's really focused in the gym and really wants to get it in. Really try to find ways around working around your injury. And that'll really, really help you out. I love the stationary bike. It's great. The elliptical as well. I find the bike to be a little bit better for the shin because you're kind of pushing down through your heel or your midfoot and pulling up with your knee, and you're not really putting as much pressure on the shin. So let's get into tip number 6. Tip number 6 is train your core and your hips to strengthen the surrounding muscles that help you build bigger and better running stride. It's really going to help you surrounding those core, those stability muscles that really help strengthen the inside of your core muscles that help you really, really get a better gait going. So things that you can do, plank exercises will help strengthen your core. Maybe add in some resistance band workouts. I have like loop resistance bands, and I freaking love them. They really, really help work those stability muscles. Maybe lateral walks where you get the band right above the knee, and you stand with the feet shoulder width apart, and you kind of get into a nice little iso squat where the thighs are parallel to the ground. And you want to kind of walk it out, walk your feet to the right, maybe 3 to 4 steps, walk them back into the left 3 to 4 steps. You're really going to be working the hip flexors there, the legs, the quadriceps. It's really, really building up that strength. Also, something else you can do is side plank leg lifts. You can even, if you don't feel comfortable in the side plank by holding your entire body up, you can just kind of rest your hip on the ground or stagger your bottom leg and wrap that loop band around the knees or even around the ankles for it to be a little bit tougher. But lift the legs, slight pinch of the glutes, lift it up to the sky. You're laying on your side. That's really going to work that hip flexor, going to work your glutes, your hamstrings. Well, secondary your hamstrings, but your glutes, your core's even working there as well. So strengthening those surrounding muscles will help you become a better runner and better at performing day-to-day activities in general. Number 7 is stretch. And this is my tip for I don't give a shit what episode I'm on. I'm going to tell you to stretch every time because It's so freaking important. Anytime your body is aching, you don't understand how we sit, the way we drive, our poor posture, whether you're sitting at a desk all day or you're on your feet all day. It is so important to stretch. Those pains that you're feeling is because of that. You're not strengthening the muscles needed and you're not stretching the muscles as well, helping with that range of motion. So many stretches that you can incorporate to really relieve some of that pain you're experiencing. You could stretch, I don't know, so try flexing your toes towards your shin and then flex your toes down and pointing them towards the ground. That really, really helps stretch the shin out. And honestly, you should be stretching 15 to 20 minutes a day. You would be surprised at how much better you feel and just how much more flexible you become. A really good way to find out some stretches if you're like, what the hell do? I don't know how to stretch. Go to YouTube. Like, get it as your biggest tool, guys. You can learn anything. You can learn literally anything on YouTube. Just go on YouTube, type up stretches for shin splints, and I swear 1,000 videos will pop up. And, pop one in daily, every other day, set a goal. Try to really remember to get your stretches in. And if you're somebody who's not stretching daily, you are more prone to muscular and joint injuries. It's so important. I do not want to hear about how much pain you are in if you are someone who doesn't want to incorporate stretching into your day to day. It's just pointless because you're not going to put in the work. If you're not going to put in that stretching that your body needs, then you obviously don't care about how you're feeling or to take care of the injury. If you're just looking for a quick fix, you're not going to find it. You're not going to find it in a pill. You're not going to find it in a patch. You're not going to find it in a program. It comes from you putting in the work. You can buy whatever you want, but the hustle doesn't come for free. So number 8. Let's get into that tip, which is make sure when you're running that you're landing mid-foot and not striking the ground on your heel or on your toes. You really want to try to land in the middle of the foot to get proper running form, and then roll it up towards the toes as you're pushing yourself forward. How you are landing can really affect the surrounding muscles and joints and strain or injure them. So if you're finding that you are landing on your heel, try to really, really shorten up your stride and concentrate on that. That'll really help you out. So also try to shorten up your running time if you're noticing that you're getting a lot of shin splints. Don't keep putting more and more miles on you day to day. Really try to let that injury heal. So let's get into number 9, which is make sure you're getting enough calcium and vitamin D. Foods you can find it in, anything from like yogurt, leafy greens, nuts, milk. There's so many available options and sources that you can get in your daily nutrition intake. And it'll help that you're maintaining your bone density as well. Nutrition is huge when it comes to fitness and day-to-day life. I know it's fun eating what you want and enjoying yourself, and you can do all those things with a healthy lifestyle. You just need to find a balance between that healthy living and enjoying what you enjoy. So once you start implementing those better habits, you're going to notice it's much, much easier to maintain. It just really takes you putting in that work, putting in that effort and really trying for it. If you want something bad enough, you're going to work for it. All right. So your last and final tip is tip number 10, which is ice the shins. Get like a pack of peas or whatever, a bag of peas or whatever, an ice pack. And just ice the shins for 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off, however long you could take it. That might help alleviate some of the stress and pain that you're feeling in that area and also help some of that inflammation come down as well. Now, if you're somebody who has to ice your shins every single week and these shin splints won't go away again, go to the doctor, make sure that it's not fractured, and then, you keep going to the gym on it and then you're out for a long period of time trying to get yourself back to normal. Really make sure you are taking care of your body. It's so important, guys. All right, so you got your 10 tips. You are so well prepared on how to handle shin splints, guys. Please, if you have any fitness questions that I can help you answer, please find me on Instagram. You can find me at Coach Danielle Collette, 2 L's and 2 T's with that last one. Or you can find me on Facebook at Confessions of a Fitness Coach fan page. Also, www.confessionsofaFitnessCoach.com is my website. You can find all of my podcast episodes on there as well as Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Make sure that you are subscribing. Hit that 5-star rating. It really helps me get seen on there. Leave a review if you have time. Leave a review saying if you liked or disliked my podcast. Maybe leave a review of a question that you might have. I'd love for you to share that with me. And also, share this on social media if you can. You never know, a friend or a family member may be suffering from shin-splints or wanting to learn how to count their macros or one of my many other episodes. Share it, guys. Sharing is caring. They can really benefit from this information. And it's a quick and easy way to learn. You just pop in the podcast and hit play, and you can listen on your way to the gym or whatever you're doing day to day. So this wraps up today's episode. I hope you guys are staying on track and keeping up with that goal board from episode 1. If you haven't checked out episode 1, go check that out now. Also, check out my other episodes for great fitness and nutrition tips. And I'll catch you guys all on Tuesday when I film my next episode. My buddy Michael Vargas gave me a good one. He wants tips on how to get your significant other just to motivate them to get them in shape or nutrition wise. So I'm going to do an episode on that. If you have anything else that you want me to do an episode on, like I said, please find me on Instagram and Facebook and let me know. I'd be happy to answer any questions. Thank you so much for tuning in to Confessions of a Fitness Coach. Again, I'm your host, Coach Danielle Collette, and go make today your bitch, guys. I'll catch you next time.